50 Zenith Bank customers that will win 150,000 naira every 2 weeks from June 1st, 2023 until May 31st, 2024 in the Zenith Better Life Promo 3. To qualify, simply open a Zenith Bank account. For more information, visit www.zenithbank.com/betterlife. Live the better life with Zenith Bank.
The headline: Traders count losses as FCTA demolishes temporary structures in Area 1 shopping complex. Tribunal affirms Lawal Dari's election as Zamfara State Governor. Federal government Nigerian Labour Congress meeting to prevent indefinite strike ends in deadlock. And from the international scene, truck bus collision kills 20 people in South Africa's Limpopo province. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thank you for joining us, and now the details. The Federal Capital Territory FCT administration has admonished or demolished some attachments in the Area 1 shopping complex. According to the Wiki-led administration, the exercise is on one hand to give way for more contemporary structures befitting the status of the nation's capital to be built, and on the other hand to address issues of security, as frequent cases of attacks have been recorded in some parts of the areas. Noel Samson, who was at the scene of the demolition, spoke with some of those affected and other Nigerians and brings us their reaction. The report.
Those who the demolition affected include kilishi sellers, watch repairers, clothes sellers, and other SMEs. They registered their displeasure over the demolition, with some claiming they were not notified, while some admitted getting an evacuation notice. They came on Saturday, and as the director came, they gave us their maximum cooperation. But you know, there are many properties of so many people. Some gave full compliance, while others didn't. According to them, they will give everyone his space back. Life is hard. The little we get here, we send it down home. This is what makes them happy, because compared to the struggles our people back home are facing, ours is better. Now they have done this, how are we and our family back home going to survive?
I actually patched with somebody. Yes, the shop has been demolished. As it is now, I think the person in question has a lot of people who is actually taking care of, like who they feel he is the breadwinner of the family. So I don't think this is the right time.
They say they are here to make arrangements. We were asked to gather our things and keep them in the middle of the market. They also said they will come and arrange it for us. We are asked to create space, of which we did. And today, we woke up to this development. We cannot say how much we have lost. The only thing is we pray that God repairs of what we've lost. Some officials of the Kilishi Traders Union and officials of the market who spoke under anonymity said they are in support of the demolition as modern buildings will be built. Noel Samson, Trust TV News, Abuja.
2 persons are receiving critical medical care at a private hospital after a school turned a residential building in Ketu area of Lagos partially collapsed on Sunday. The building, housing over 500 rooms with hundreds of residents, known as Agboye Estate on Oduntan Street, Ketu, first caved in on Saturday afternoon following hours of rainfall that greeted most parts of Lagos. In the meantime, the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, in a statement, said the building's residents were asked to vacate the building under the supervision of combined team of LASIMA Rapid Response Squad, Lagos State Building Control Agency, and Lagos Neighborhood Safety Corps to avert further any secondary incidents. Permanent Secretary of the agency, Olufemi Oke Osayin Tolu, said the building would be pulled down as it had failed the structural integrity test, as confirmed by a Las Becca official at the time. Now, some of the victims speak on the incident.
The house in question is my husband's property, and for a very long time, he had given it to the developer before he passed on. After 10 years of giving the developer, he has actually done nothing. There is nothing there and the house is just empty. I'm crying out to Nigerians to come to my aid. Please, I beg you in the name of God, please leave it untouched.
I says at Agui Housing Estate. I've been here for the past 9 years now. So just Saturday morning, it was raining. So the one on the decking, the balcony, one fell down, then hit the other one. Then suddenly we saw something collapse from the back where we have the borehole. Before we know, things start going down. No death to my own observation.
Zamfara State Governor Dauda Lawal has described the affirmation of his election victory as a confirmation of the will of the people of Zamfara State. Lawal emerged victorious in the March 18, 2023 governorship election by defeating the then incumbent governor Muhammad Matawalli. The governor's spokesperson, Suleiman Bala Idris, in a statement on Monday in Gusau, stressed that the tribunal's verdict represents an overwhelming decision of the people. The statement said the judgment was not surprising, but rather an affirmation of the collective decision made by the people of Zamfara State. Governor Dauda Lawal emerged victorious in the governorship election with a margin of 65,750 votes. He said the judgment will encourage Governor Lawal to continue with his resolve to fulfill his mandate and work towards ensuring that the people of Zamfara State experience the benefits of good governance. Governor Godwin Obaseki of Edo State and his deputy Philip Shaibu on Monday resumed hostilities, with the governor allegedly locking him out of his office. Multiple sources within the government house confirmed that the deputy governor attempted to force his way into the personal office of the governor along with his security aides. The deputy governor was said to have arrived at the office of the governor on Dennis Osadebe Avenue early Monday and tried to confront the governor. He was, however, told that the governor was not yet in the office, but he insisted on gaining access to the governor's personal office.
I come office now, and the gate is locked. I am padlocking the gate thing. They padlock the gate. I'm padlocking the gate thing, the chain and key. Both the outer gate and the inner one, they padlock and chain it. The governor said they should lock it, that they are using the office for something else. I have not moved to anywhere. Nobody has given me letter to move to anywhere. Nobody has given me letter. So if governor say I've moved, I have not moved. I have not moved. The governor did not give me letter. Nobody has given me letter to move. So how will I move out of my office? I'm here now, the gate is locked and padlocked. So maybe, I don't know. So I call the governor, is not picking. So you call the governor that I didn't move because I didn't get any letter to move. Only the civil servant got letter to move. I'm told that the civil servant were given letter from the office of HOS to move out of this place. But me, I didn't get any letter to move. So I'm here. They should come and open the gate, please. And call the governor that I'm at the gate. They should please come and open the gate.
The meeting between the federal government and the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, to avert an imminent strike action ended on Monday without a concrete resolution on the union's demands. The Minister of Labour and Employment, Simon Lalong, had met with the leaders of the Nigerian Labour Congress in Abuja in an effort to stop organized labour from embarking on another industrial action. The meeting is expected to continue at a later date. Now, the minister is also expected to hold a meeting with the leadership of the Trade Union Congress, the TUC, later in the day. In security, the police in Jigawa has foiled a kidnapped attempt and rescue targets at Kwanar Garki axis of Babura local government area of the state. This was contained in a statement made available to newsmen on Monday in Dutse by the police public relations officer, DSP Lawan Shiisu. Shiisu disclosed that one AK-47 magazine, 15 live ammunitions and mobile phone were recovered during the mission. He said the suspect allegedly shot another 30-year-old Ahmed Abdullahi of Babaruga village in his armpit, adding that upon receipt of the report, a team of policemen from Babura Divisional Police Headquarters rushed to the scene and rescued the kidnapped victim unhurt. Shiisu said following the distress call received from Babura Division that the suspected kidnappers were heading towards Ringim area, the police, in collaboration with members of the Vigilante group, mounted a stop and search at Daushe village along Ringim Kanya Baba Highway. Shiisu assured that efforts were being intensified to arrest the fleeing suspects. Police in Enugu State has neutralized 3 proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, the Eastern Security Network, the IPOB and ESN, hoodlums in their hideouts within Ezioha Ngbowo in Agwu or Ogu local government area in Enugu State. Police operatives also recovered 3 pump-action guns, 10 machetes and other incriminating exhibits. The command spokesman, DSP Daniel Ndukwe, in a statement, said the criminals were busted on Monday. Meanwhile, the Commissioner of Police, Kanayo Uzuegu, while commending the joint team, reassured of the security and safety of citizens and urged them to go about their lawful businesses in the state. The Commissioner reiterated the avowed commitment of the police and other security forces to sustain the onslaught against unrepentant, violent criminals operating under any guise. 4 persons have died while 7 others were arrested following a cult clash in Shagamu area of Shagamu local government area of Ogun State. The spokesman of the Ogun State Police Command, Omolola Odutola, said the suspects were arrested after a raid led by an assistant commissioner of police. The raid also led to the recovery of firearm and 3 live cartridges. According to Odutola, those apprehended are Asaye Omolaja, Aziz Nofiu, Matthew Adewale, and Bolaji Ogunkemaya. She said Bolaji Ogunkemaya was found with the 4 deceased persons in the same room where the killings occurred, while one individual, Wasiu, managed to escape before the authorities arrived. In the wake of the incident, the Ogun State Commissioner of Police, Alamutu Abiodun, visited Shagamu to assess the situation and profile the suspects apprehended. During the visit, he warned cultists in Ogun State that their activities will no longer be tolerated. The suspended Dean, Faculty of Law, University of Calabar, the UNICAL, Cyril Ndifon, has shunned the panel of inquiry set up by the school management to probe his alleged involvement in sexual harassment of female students. Ndifon also dragged the Vice-Chancellor of the university, Florence Obi, and 3 others to court for character defamation. It will be recalled that following protests by mostly female students of the university who carried placards denouncing Ndifon, the school had intervened by querying him. Not satisfied by his response, the school authorities slammed suspension on him. The VC, who disclosed that such sex scandal involving Ndifon was not the first time, added that he would have to defend himself before a panel. However, Ndifon maintained that appearing before the panel would amount to sub judice since the matter is already before the court. Ndifon said the panel lacks the locus and competence to undertake the assignment in its term of assignment. Public Relations Officer of Unical, Effiong Ayo, in a telephone interview said the school has not found Ndifon guilty. A 75-year-old man, Ibrahim O. Ejibade, in Jos North local government area of Plateau State on Sunday, accused Dr. Noah Kekere, popularly known as Yellow, of Marina Clinic and Maternity Hospital, of removing his right kidney during a hernia operation in 2021. The victim, who disclosed this to journalists in Jos on Sunday, alleged that Dr. Kekere, who has been arrested for alleged organ harvesting, operated for hernia, adding that his kidney was confirmed missing after the surgery and 2 different hospitals, including Jos University Teaching Hospital, during a scan. Ado Musa completes the report.
This is the second time an ex-patient of Dr. Kekere is accusing him of harvesting their kidneys without their knowledge. On September 7, the husband of Wankende Kamal accused the same doctor of removing his wife's kidney during an appendix operation in 2018. The suspected harvester has since been arrested by the police and is being investigated. Muhammad Sani, who took the victim to Jos University Teaching Hospital for consultation on his health condition, gave an account on how their father's kidney was found missing.
Vividly, after some years after that, his operation, like 2 years back, I still remember that we went to Jude for general checkup. They told us that one of his kidney is missing, so we never take it serious.
The victim, while narrating his ordeal, says doctors can no longer be trusted, considering how they use their position to commit evil acts.
This is stealing by sense, because they will say you are sick. When you go there, they remove what they want, which we don't have knowledge of it in those days. If you are sick and you get to hospital, they will treat you for recovering of your body. But this one, when we come to now, I don't know.
Ejibade, however, called on security agencies to do the needful in order to bring the perpetrator to book.
You see, when we are talking about government, if government want to help, they can help. They have knew what happened to me. It's not a hidden thing. So whatever they decide to help me on, let them do.
Dr. Kekere, who after his arrest exhibited symptoms of illness and was rushed to the hospital, had been detained in police custody. The spokesperson of the State Police Command, DSP Alabo Alfred, further said 2 more suspects have been arrested in connection with the organ harvesting perpetrated with Dr. Kekere. Ado Musa, Trust TV News, Jos.
You're watching News Update on Trust TV. Coming up, VVF patients to get treatment, rehabilitation quarterly. These and more after the break. Stay with us.
Sounds like you're disappointed with the current lot.
We are outside, me and you. Regardless, we could have done better.
That you don't have to sacrifice your conviction. We cannot settle for what is bad.
I sacked a governor because of misappropriating 300,000 naira.
The clamor by the NCSC was a unitary form of government. This doesn't go well with Savannah. So when we said we wanted self-government for Nigerian entities, so you count me out.
What you call goal, aims and directives. But the issue of joining politics simply because you want to be given job or to be given contract.
Removing the assumptions, the foundations of their theories, and at the end of it, each and every one of them seems surprised.
I was posted to Guachuku. My job was to go from community to community, educating the people how to improve themselves. Government will come to help you.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is News Update on Trust TV. Here's a recap of our top stories. Laboratory traders count losses as FCTA demolishes temporary structures in Area 1 shopping complex. And tribunal affirms Lawal Dere's election as Zamfara State Governor. Moving on to more stories, reactions have continued to trail federal government's plan to establish cattle ranches, which involves construction of 1,000 houses in 7 northern states. Since the announcement of the proposed project by Vice President Kashim Shettima, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in Benue State said the state has no land for such purposes. Ibrahim Ismail speaks to a criminologist in Gombe State University on the desirability or otherwise of the proposed intervention. His report.
Since the announcement of the proposed intervention aimed at addressing the lingering herder-farmer conflict in the country, opinions are divided over the desirability or otherwise of the initiative. Though the farmer-herder crisis has consumed thousands of lives and properties worth millions of naira lost in recent years, addressing the existential challenge remains a mirage. A criminologist, Dr. Adamu Ahmad, pondered on the recently rolled out initiative by the President Bola Tinubu administration.
Each segment have their own areas of concern, and each segment has its own area of priority. And the essence of the committee is to resolve a problem or to prevent a problem. Therefore, what they are expected to do is to identify the concern of each group and identify the priority of each group. This is our fear. This is what is happening to us. This is how it is happening to us. And this is what we want. And the other party will identify their concern, their fear, their processes through which they are being affected, and what they want.
Adamu maintained that the farmer-herder conflict, which is closely related to the issue of indigenship, also has its roots in the prolonged debate over the management of land resources across the country.
The demand for space will be increasing as a result of population boom. As the population is growing, people will be expanding their lands, farmlands, cultivation of crops, and the rest. If we are using the same land and cattle rearers are also utilizing the same land, you realize that it is like the areas where those who are rearing animals are using that is now turning to farms. Coupled with the fact that we have this change in ecosystem and the rest, where you used to have grasses that would benefit the animals is no longer fertile for even the grasses and things like that.
The university don't, however, advise against marginalizing any stakeholder in the planning and the implementation of the proposed ranching program if the initiative is to succeed. Ibrahim Ismail, Trust TV News, Gombe.
The Katsina State Obstetrics Center, Babbaruga, is set to treat, rehabilitate, and support 50 patients suffering from vesicovaginal fistula, the VVF, in addition to reintegrating them into communities. The 50 beneficiaries will also be trained in skills acquisition like tailoring, shoe and bag making, weaving, and other trades, including a start-up pack to enable them start a business. Abdullahi Yamadi tells us more.
The Babbaruga Obstetrics, Fistula and Care Center receives over 400 referral cases for treatment from across Nigeria, Chad, Cameroon, and Niger Republic on a regular basis. Though the center could not rehabilitate the large number of patients that are coming here for treatment, only 50 are to be considered quarterly, according to the officials.
It is against this background that the center approached the Federal Ministry of Women Affairs, who facilitated the release of special grants by the Federal Ministry of Finance for the rehabilitation activities. And consequently, 50 number repaired fistula clients are to be rehabilitated quarterly in the year 2023.
This vulnerable group are often stigmatized by their communities and divorced by their husbands due to uncontrollable passage of urine, largely attributed to prolonged and obstructed labor. To discourage this menace, experts suggest an immediate stop to child marriage, rape, and other harmful practices bedeviling the society. The victims who are confronted with these health challenges are hindered from participating in social and economic activities to advance the cause of their communities.
The subjection of women and girls to harmful traditional practices like deprivation of access to timely and adequate antenatal, delivery and postnatal care is legendary in our communities.
It is against this backdrop, wife of Katsina State Governor donated wrappers and monies to the VVF survivors for them to start a business in their communities.
I humbly appreciate what is going on here, and it is for that reason I want to call on these women who were treated, rehabilitated, and trained that they should be very careful as they prepare to reunite with their husbands and other family members. Please hold the business you learned here with all seriousness to remain self-reliant.
The government is also providing transport to the survivors who have gone through repairs back to their communities free of charge. Abdullahi Izma Yamadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.
From the international scene, authorities in South Africa say a head-on collision between a truck and a bus ferrying workers to a mine in northern South Africa's Limpopo province has killed 20 people. A construction company at the site said on Monday that 17 of the dead were its workers who were being transported to the Venetia mine in Musina, close to the Zimbabwe border. 4 workers were injured in Sunday's accident. The company said it was offering support to the families of the dead. It is still unclear who the other 3 victims are. The workers were reportedly going to work on an underground project at the mine, which is one of the biggest diamond mines in the country and is owned by the mining giant De Beers. It accounts for more than 40% of the country's annual diamond production and employs more than 4,300 staff, including many locals. And with that, we wrap up news update on Trust TV. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms. You can join our YouTube live stream for more news programs and documentaries. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thanks for watching.